guys, let's do some math. We are now going to do the opposite of what we did in 27-3. We're going to find the start time for these word problems. So you're going to get a time that he has to leave by or has to have something done by, and you have to tell us when they have to start in order to get those things done before that time, which means we're going backwards on the number line, we're going backwards on the clock, because you have to be prepared for the amount of time that they're going to need to go forward. So I am on page 605, and up in the blue it says you're going to find the start time in word problems. Again, you're going to read these problems 3 times so you can learn what you need to get out of it. So Mark's guitar lesson starts at 5:20 p.m. It takes Mark 15 minutes to get to his lesson from his house. Before Mark leaves, he has to do chores for 25 minutes. What is the latest time Mark should start doing his chores to get to his lesson on time? So again, I just pulled out the important pieces that I know, and it's very similar to finding the end time. So I know he has to leave at 5:20. He has, it takes 15 minutes of drive time, and then it takes 25 minutes for him to do his chores. So since I'm finding the start time, I need to go backwards. I'm going to hop back 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15, and that's where I end for here. And then I'm going to do the same for the 25 minutes for his chores. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This is how much time it's going to take for him to do all of his chores. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So now, my minute hand, I'm going to start with my hour hand first, actually. So I passed the 12. I'm going back. It was 5:20, but when we go back in time, it's now 1 hour less because we passed the 12 one time. So it is no longer 5:20. It is 4. So I'm going to move this little hour hand, the hour hand is little, to the 4. And then I need to find out what this is. So again, as you go through and you have been telling time for some time, you will know that the 8 is 40. But until then, you can count forwards or count backwards to figure that out. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It is 440. You can also say, all right, it's 8, and these are in groups of 5. 8 times 5 is 40. So that's where division and multiplication come in handy. He needs to start his chores at 4:40 at the earliest. If he wants to allow 25 minutes for his chores and then 15 minutes in drive time. So that's what you're doing. You're going back to 4:40 and saying, all right, 25 minutes for that, 15 minutes for that. He has to be there at 5:20. So I hope that helps. I'm also going to show you how to do it on the number line because I think it's important, and just how we went forward, we are going to go backwards on the number line. So I know that I'm going to go in increments of 5 because these numbers all have a scale of 5. You jump 5 each time. I also know he has to leave at 5:20, so there's nothing that needs to be over here. It's going to have 5:20 at the end point. Now, and just like I went backwards on the clock, I'm going to go backwards on my number line. So I'm going to do the 15 minutes first. 5, 10, 15. Okay, cross that off. Now 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I land on 440. So both of them tell me that he needs to start at 4:40 at the latest. If he waits until 4:45 to do something that takes 25 minutes and then 15 minutes, he's going to be 5 minutes late. So that's why you go back in time to find out how early or how late he has to start. And again, just like it was in the last lesson, everything is explained. Everything that I went over is on page 606. So you can see where they color coded both of them. Again, I don't have that capability, but They do, so you can see how they jumped back in time to find the start time. Now on page 607, we're going to connect it. It says, number one, this is where you use this problem to solve these questions. Number one, explain where the times are counted backward from 5:20 on the clock and on the number line. So I've already explained that, but the reason why you go back is because you need to find when he started. So, or when he should start. So if he has all this work to do before, then you're gonna go back so we can do the stuff before he has to leave at 5:20. So if he has to leave at 5:20 and you have to take those things into account, you're gonna jump back to find out when he needs to start. What is the latest time Mark should start doing his chores? Why did the hour number change? So this is just like the other one on the previous lesson, but opposite. So he needs to start at the latest at 4:40, and the hour, oh, I didn't fix that, did I? 4, and the long hand goes to the 8, which is 40. The hour hand changed just like it did before because our minute hand was here at the 20, at the 4, which is 20 minutes, because the hour, or excuse me, the minute hand past the hour, it's going back. So it was 5 o'clock, but now it drops down to 4 o'clock. So every time that minute hand passes this 12, it's a new hour. It takes 60 minutes for this to be 1 hour. So if it goes back, we're now in the previous hour. If it goes forward, we're next into the next hour. Number 3, explain how to find the start time when you know the end time and the elapsed time. So if you know the end time is 5:20, and this would be the elapsed time. So this is how much time it's going to take for him to do those activities. So that's how much time has passed. It'll take him 25 minutes to do his chores and then 15 minutes of drive time. 5 plus 5 is 10. Oops. 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. It takes 40 minutes. So if you know the end time is 5:20, you know the elapsed time is 40, you can jump back 40 spots. Or I'm sorry, 40 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So it's just about those different steps. So it's like same players, different parts. You're doing the same thing, you're just doing it in different order. Like we did it in class, sometimes it worked for different people to do it in different orders. And that's totally fine, you're getting the same thing. All right. On page 608, you have a yummy fruit salad. And now this is where we're just gonna practice finding the start time. So that's going backwards. This first one has a number line, which is super fun. It says, I'm on page 608, problem number 5. Mira finishes making fruit slices and sandwiches for lunch at 12:30 p.m. So we're gonna jump back from 12:30 p.m. She cut up fruit for 10 minutes and made sandwiches for 7 minutes. What time did she start making lunch? Use the number line to show your work. So again, on these word problems, they're trying to trick you and say an awful lot of words. Oh, this is the number line, isn't it? So I'll erase this. So you just need to pull out what's important, which is 12:30 p.m., 10 minutes, and 7 minutes. That's it. So on the number line, you're going to start 12:30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So then this would be 12:25, 12:20, 12:15, 12:10, 12:05, 12 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. So now starts at 12:30. She cuts up fruit for 10 minutes. 1, 2, 5, 10 minutes. So she's cutting up fruit. And then the next one is she makes sandwiches for 7 minutes. 5, 6, 7. Now, here's where we're back to counting by fives and then counting by ones. So, and it was 10 minutes and 7 minutes, which is 17 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. This is how much time has elapsed for her to cut the fruit and make the sandwiches. So it would be 15, 14, 13. We have 12 spots. So 12, 13 is when she started. It took her 17 minutes. That's how much time had passed. Elapsed means past. 13 plus 17 is 30 minutes. All right. Carter finishes cleaning his room. I'm on number 6 now. Carter finishes cleaning his room at 11:35 a.m. It took him 10 minutes to put away his toys and 4 minutes to make his bed. What time did Carter start cleaning his room? So again, 11:35 a.m. And then we're going to jump back. 12, 3, 6, and 9. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. And then you put a dot in the center for your hands on the face of your clock. So again, important things are 11:35, 4, and 10 is what he spent. So he spent 14 minutes, and it was 11:35. So short 11, long 35. Now I'm going to jump back to find out what time he started if he got done at 11:35. So I'm going to jump back 10, 5, 10, and then I'm going to jump 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which isn't quite to the 4. I'm 1 short of the 4. So now I'm going to move this hand back. And it is 11, 20 plus 1 is 21. You could also do 11:35 minus 14 minutes. 1, 2, 11:21. So that's another way to figure it out if you are not a fan of the first way. Enrique walks 5 minutes from his grandma's house to the store, stops at the store for 20 minutes, and then walks 10 minutes from the store to his house. He gets to his house at 6 p.m. What time did he leave his grandma's house? Erase this. Erase those hands. And we're ready to start fresh. Okay. All right. So he walks 5 minutes. Stops at the store for 20. Walks 10 minutes. And then after all this, he gets there at 6 p.m. So maybe this is a better way to put it so it makes more sense. So 6 is little and long. So that's our end time. Now we're going to subtract that from 6 o'clock because that's when he got there. He had done all these things before. So we're going to jump back 10 minutes. 1, 2 for this 10 minutes. And then another 20 minutes, which is 4 groups of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And then 5 minutes. So now my minute hand, oh, you know what? I messed up because I went from the hour hand. I should have gone from the minute hand. That is Miss Lamb's mistake. You don't jump in the hours because the minutes make up the hours. So every time the minute hand passes, that's when it hits a new hour. So you need to be jumping with your minute hands. So let's try that again. I'm going to jump back 10. Check. Now 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. Check. And 5 minutes. So now my minute hand is going to go all the way to the 5. And it's no longer 6 o'clock because my minute hand was at the 12, which made it 6 o'clock. But before my hour hand was at the 6, it was at the 5. So both of my hands are on the 5, and that means it is 5:25. 5 groups of 5 is 25, but it's 5 hours. So those are whole numbers. And then if you add up your elapsed time, 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 plus 5 is 35. And then if you subtract 35 from 60, you'll get 25 minutes. So again, just another way to do the same thing. The green pages are for support for time. And it has just an example of what we did. We're going to count back. Johanna and her mom want to get to a birthday party at 2 p.m. It is a 25-minute walk. On the way, they plan to stop for 15 minutes to get a card. So you're going to take 2 o'clock and you're going to jump back 25 minutes and then 15 minutes, and that's going to tell you your start time. On the last one, this one was tricky. It tricked you. It was a play on words. So let's see if it does that on this lesson too. If Johanna and her mom drive to the party in problem 1, it will take 8 minutes to get there. They still plan to stop and get a card. What is the latest time they should leave if they drive? So here they were walking and it took them 25 minutes, but here it's only taking 8. So you're going to do 2 o'clock and you're going to jump back 8 minutes. And then 15 for the card. So 8 plus 15 is 23 minutes. So you're going to jump back 23 minutes from 2 o'clock, and that is your answer. The next page has basketball hoop. It's page 610. The movie starts at 5:15 p.m. Rudy wants to get to the theater 25 minutes before the movie starts. So you're going to take 5:15 and bump back 25 minutes and then 10 minutes to drive. So I'll tell you that one is going to start with a 4 because you passed the 12. Carlos plays basketball on the playground for 12 minutes. Then he swims at the pool for 25 minutes. He finishes at 12 p.m. What time did he start? So you're going to take 12 p.m. and jump back 25 minutes and jump back 12 minutes. And then the same thing for number 5. So I hope that helps you. This can be very confusing, so feel free to watch this over and over and over again. If you are still stuck, please join me for the math Zoom every Tuesday. All right, thanks guys, bye.